Hi friends, Bowie here. I use they, them pronouns. I am your friendly neighborhood coach and I am here to bring you another training session. Yes, time to get excited. Before we jump in though, I would like to acknowledge that this video is recorded on the stolen lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty never was and never will be ceded, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Drummond Street Services and Queer Space for giving us the support to share what we do with you and give you an opportunity to move your body and support yourself both physically and mentally while we are confined to our homes. But now it is time to begin our warm-up. So we're going to start at the top. As always, if you've jumped into these sessions before, you will be familiar by now with the process. We're going to run through it. It's a nice little routine, starting at our heads. So we're going to be looking up, bringing our chin to point towards the roof, and then we're going to look down, tucking our chin down to a collarbone. And we're going to alternate up and down. We're going to do 10 in each direction. Keeping our shoulders down. That's 5, maybe 6, 7, 8. That's it, 2 more. 9 and 10. Nice. Keeping our shoulders nice and down away from our ears. Now we're going to tilt our ears down to our shoulders, making sure we don't start creeping them up to our ears. Not a good combination if our shoulders come up, but great if our ears go down. So, bringing our ear down to our shoulder, coming back to center, and then swapping sides. We're going to do 10 in each direction here as well. And just getting as far as you can. We're not trying to force this one. Our necks don't really move a great deal in this direction, so we don't want to be trying to get it into an angle that is a little bit too aggressive. That's about 4, 5, that's it. Just taking your time. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Finishing off, we're going to look left and right, so taking our chin, I'm going to try and line it up with our collarbone, looking to the right, then the left. Keeping our chin just level with the floor here, so we're not looking up, we're not looking down. Keeping it nice and level. That's about 3. I'm going to do 10 in each direction. I don't know if I said that already. That's that 4. It is now. You can't do too many of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Down to our shoulders now. I'm going to give them a little bit of love. Now we have 2 options here. If you are someone who has shoulder troubles, then what you will be doing is some shrugs. We'll do them one side at a time. So you're going to shrug one side backwards and bringing the elbow out as far as you feel comfortable to do so. 10 backwards and then 10 forwards. But if you are someone whose shoulders feel pretty good, you don't tend to get a lot of issues, we're going to take a straight arm and bring it up past our ear in exactly the same way, 10 backwards and 10 forwards. So choosing what option works for you, we're going to go 10 backwards starting on the right hand side. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. So we want control the whole way through. We're not at any point swinging our arm past. It's about 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, and that's close enough to 10 to be good. Now we're going to bring it forwards. Exactly the same. Nice and slow. 3, 4, that's it. 5. Allowing a little bit of hip rotation if you feel comfortable to do so. We're definitely not having stiff bodies. 8, 9, 10. Swapping sides now. doing exactly the same thing with the left arm, either shrugging backwards or taking our arm nice and straight, up, back, and past our ear for 10. 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe, it's 8, 9, and 10. I need like an official counter. 1, just bringing it forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Moving on to our wrists now. We're going to tuck our elbows in to our sides of our ribs. Let our palms face us, and we're going to circle our hands in towards us for 10. And then we're going to circle our hands away from us for 10. So starting scooping our hands towards us, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get a little elephant dance party happening upstairs. If I kept a consistent backbeat, it would be great for tempo. But alas. Moving on to our hips now. We're going to put our feet somewhere around hip width apart. Your toes can be slightly outwards. They don't have to be super straight. Just in a position where you feel comfortable and stable. And what we're going to do is you're going to push your hips forward as far as you can. Bring them around to the side and then push your hips out to the back. All the way around to the other side. You might get some clicks and pops. Totally okay. 2. That's 3. 4. 5. Making sure we're moving our hips and not our chest here. 6. 7. That's it. 8. 9. Pushing it right around town. And 10. And we're going to come back to our starting position and we're going to go back in the opposite direction. Hands on the hips. Push our hips forwards and round to the right. That's it. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. That's the way. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And 10. Amazing. Moving on to our knees. Bringing our feet together or having them slightly apart, just in a position where you feel comfortable. I like to have feet together, purely preference. Either way, you are correct. We're going to dip our knees and we're going to place our hands just on the tops of our knees. We're not leaning our body weight here, we're just resting our hands there. So we want our legs to be holding us here and supporting our weight. We're going to dip our knees forward and we're going to swirl them around to the right, straighten them up and then down to the left. We're going to do 10 knee circles like this. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll go back the other way to the left. 1, 2, 3, that's it. 4. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. 5, 6, maybe 7. Let's get 8, 9, and 10. Finishing off now with our ankles. So if you need to place your hand on a wall or a chair or use a broomstick for balance here, definitely do that. There is nothing wrong with that because we really want to be stable. And we are going to be on one foot. So it's really hard to get one foot to be moving if our concentration is on not falling over, because it's not fun to fall over. So we want to do what we need to do to allow ourselves to have the stability that we need. So use whatever you need to use. That is okay. We're going to start with our right foot. So bringing our foot up, and we're going to circle our toes inwards to the left for 10, then outwards to the right. So we're going to start inwards to the left. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then back the other way, out to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't mind if they're not perfect circles. They could be D-shaped or a little bit square, or doesn't matter. Moving it, then you're doing well. Swapping sides, again, if you're needing something to help support your balance, totally using that. You might find one side is actually less stable than the other. It could be really common, and it's okay. Circling our toes inwards now to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Squats, friends. All about the squats now. 10 squats, bringing our feet hip width or wider. Toes slightly outwards, whatever foot position you end up in. You don't want to go too wide, like you don't want to be right out here, but between hip and shoulder width is usually a good position in there. Toes are slightly outwards. Hands come to in front of our chest to help keep it up. Tucking our elbows down to our sides. We're going to breathe in, come down as low as we can. Breathing out, standing up. Now, wherever you can get to in height is totally fine. You don't have to get as low as I get. You can work within your ability, and if you also need to use a chair or a bench behind you to sit down onto before you stand up, totally okay. Definitely use that. Use what you need to help you feel confident and comfortable to move. And we're going to go for 10. Are we ready, friends? 1. Breathing out, standing up. Breathing in, breathing out, standing up. 2. Let's try and get our breath in line with this movement. 3, 4, 5. That's it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Bringing our feet wider now. I'm going to do Cossacks. Now these ones can be a bit tricky, so just work where you feel comfortable. Get down to the height that you feel comfortable. If it's more of just a shift across like this, totally fine. There is no prerequisite to get any kind of level of bend in either of your knees as you do this movement. So work with what you feel comfortable. And if you need a chair or something in front of you to help you stay balanced as you do this, totally okay. We're going to start with our feet shoulder width and then half as wide again on each side. We're going to take our right toes and we're going to bring them up off the floor. We're going to keep our left toes pointing as straight forward as we can. Hands in front of our chest. Push our hips up. We're going to bend our knee and bring ourselves down just as far as we can. We're going to alternate left and right for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Meet you on the floor, pals. Here we are on the floor to keep on moving our bodies, help ourselves get nice and warmed up. We're going to start by coming onto our hands and knees. Now I'm going to give you 2 options here. First option is laying down on your stomach. You're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to slowly lift your chest up to the floor, just wherever you can get to. So if it's here, totally fine. If it's here, totally fine. It's wherever you are at. And we are going to go for 10 of those. Or your alternative is up on hands and knees. And we're going to do some good old up dog, down dog. So we have our hands just in front of our shoulders. If you have them under your shoulders, you might find as you come forward, you come too far over your hands and you're likely to face plant. Not fun times. I mean, I don't know if carpet burn on your face or mat burn on your face is really a great thing, but could make a cool story. We're going to bring our toes underneath, lift our knees up, and push our hips right back, bringing our heels as close to the floor as we can. Now, it doesn't matter if your legs aren't straight here. Wherever you can get to, totally okay. We're going to then shift forward onto our hands, bring our hips down close to the floor, but just hovering above and looking up above us and alternating up and then down. So whichever option you choose here, cobra pose or up dog, down dog, we're going to work through 10 of them. Both of them are great movements. Both of them are going to be really good for you, and both are pretty fun in my opinion. But fun is subjective. So let's get into these. I'm going to be demonstrating up dog, down dog for you, but totally work with where you're at. It's okay. Alrighty. Coming up, shifting our butt back up into the air, or if you are doing cobra pose, beginning to gently straighten your arms, lifting your chest up off the floor. Bring it up, coming forward, looking up above us. That's it. That's 2. Just nice and slow. Either way that you're moving, nice and slow. 3. 4. 5. And starting to incorporate some breath into here. So if you're doing up dog, down dog, as you're pushing yourself back, breathing in as you come forward, breathing out. If you're doing cobra pose, you're going to breathe out as you arch your chest up towards the roof. Breathe in as you lower yourself down. It's really great. I think that's 6. It's really great to incorporate breath into our movements as much as we can. That can be 7. I know these are ones you probably don't want me to be miscounting on, but here we are. It's 8. 2 more. Yes. 9. Lucky last. 10. Bringing your knees down to the floor, onto hands and knees if you were doing up dog, down dog, or coming up to your hands and knees if you were doing cobra pose. I'm just going to sit back onto our heels. If this feels uncomfortable, feel free to just sit down straight on the floor. But we do need to be able to keep our weight up off the ground for our next movement, because we're going to take our fingers, we're going to rotate them outwards, bring our palms to the floor. So you kind of want to be up on your knees for this. And then when our hands are flat on the floor, we're going to start sitting back down towards our heels and allowing that stretch up the inside of our forearms there. Embrace the sensation. We're going to have around about a 30-second count by Bowie counting standards, so could be 30 seconds. That's it, and just breathing, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears here. So don't sink into this one. Keep our chest up nice and tall. You can even keep your eyes looking forwards. Just breathing. Breath is so important. Helps our bodies with everything. Keeps us alive. It's a pretty important thing. Shifting our weight up off our hands now. We're going to bring our hands up off the floor. Spin them around so that the backs of our hands are now going to come to rest on the floor. Our fingers are still going to stay facing our knees. And we're going to be sitting back down again onto our heels as close as we can. If it's too much, shifting that weight up off your heels just to wherever feels comfortable for you. And keeping your shoulders down here as well. It can be really easy to shrug with this one. Definitely don't want that. We want to just allow that feeling up the backs of our arms. You may feel some sensation in your fingers, up in your upper arm. Referred sensations are okay, they're not bad. They can be an indicator of some tightness in areas. But as long as it's not like sharp shooting pains, you're pretty much all right to have those feelings. That's it. And if you're feeling like you can, shifting your hands a little bit further away from your knees, intensifying that stretch. Yes. And bringing our hands up off the floor. Giving them a little shake. Coming up onto our hands and knees again. We're going to flip our hands over. So the backs of our hands are resting on the floor. Our hands are under our shoulders. We're in a tabletop position, so our back's nice and flat. Our knees are under our hips. And we're going to breathe in and lower our chest down to the floor. Breathe out. Come up. Close our fists. Come up onto this closed fist position here. We're going to gently open our hands and roll our wrists back down, making sure our hips are taking enough of that body weight that we're not thudding our fists into the ground, backs of our wrists into the ground. And we're going to work through these. We're going to go to 10. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Making sure our hands stay in contact with the ground the whole time. We don't want to be lifting up. 7. We want just a little bit of weight on our hands. It's 8, 9, and 10. Keeping our hands in this closed fist position now. Hands under our shoulders. We're going to do 10 push-up variations from here. So coming down, breathing in, breathing out, pushing up. It's 8, 9, one more, 10. Finishing off, we're still on our hands and knees. We're going to flip our hands over so our palms are flat on the floor. We're going to imagine our fingers are glued to the floor, but our palms are not. And we're going to lift our palms up, keep our fingers down. We're going to go for 10. Allowing a little bit of your body weight to be on a wrist. We want them to be working just a little bit. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nicely done, friends. That is our warm-up. Meet me back up on our feet because we are going to get right into our first 7-minute interval. What? Here we are, friends. We are ready for our first interval. We are warmed up. We are limber. Maybe. We have 3 different movements to work through today. Our first one is going to be a dip squat. What is that? We're going to do some slow crawling because crawling is amazing. And we're going to do some toe touches, get our bellies firing, get our whole bodies working here. So I'm going to run through these movements really quickly with you, and then we're going to jump straight in. Got my trusty green wristwatch on today to help me keep track of time because that is helpful. Alrighty, a dip squat is a squat, but we're going to kind of have our weight more on one side. So if we kind of lean to the right, squat down, come across, come up, like we're ducking under a pole, like there's a bar here, and we've got to squat underneath each side of it. So you might not be able to come up and get this leg, this standing leg 2 fully straight. Totally okay. And we're going to alternate left and right. We're going to do 10. Once we've done 10 of those, we are going to do a slow crawl. Crawls are one of my favorite movements. Coming down to our hands and knees. Pulling our toes under. Hovering our knees just off the floor. Nice and slow. 4 forwards, and then 4 backwards. If you are someone who cannot crawl for whatever reason, you are going to be on your hands and knees, and you are going to reach out, alternating left and right, just for the duration of the crawl. So just keep in time, working left and right like this. Well, the people who feel confident or comfortable to give crawling a try, do that. Thirdly, we're going to finish with our toe touches. So we're going to come down onto our back. Now, we're going to have our legs up in the air here, as straight as possible. We're going to breathe out and reach for our opposite foot with our hand. If you're someone who can't hold the legs up for whatever reason, or you're feeling a bit uncomfortable about that, you can have your knees bent here and do the same thing and reach your elbow for your opposite knee, or even have your feet on the ground and same thing, reaching the wrist for our opposite knee. So legs up, knees bent or feet down, either way, just reaching across. And we're going to go for 10 alternating left and right there. As always, work with what you feel comfortable to do, and with the number of reps that you decide to do, the number of times we do each movement, do what feels comfortable. So don't feel like you have to meet any of these numbers. Rest as you need and just have some fun. So we're going to get started. I'm going to set my trusty stopwatch for 7 whole minutes, and we're going to start with our dip squats for 10. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, buzz. We're going to dip down to the right, come across, up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just dipping as low as you can too here. 6, whatever works for you. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done, friends. Making our way down to the floor for our crawls or our diagonal extensions, whichever feels good for you. If you're crawling, starting hands under our shoulders, knees hovering just off the ground and creeping slowly forward. If you are doing your diagonal extensions on hands and knees, reaching those hands out, reaching the feet out. Let's go for crawling. 1, 2, 3, nice and slow. 4. Imagine we're a chameleon. We're like slow motion moving on a branch without the glory of changing various colors. And that's 4. Knees to ground, coming around onto our back. Now remember here, you can have your feet down, reaching across. You can have your knees bent, reaching across, or you can have your legs up, reaching across. However you feel comfortable, friends, please work within where you are at, and it's all okay. I'm going to demonstrate the straight leg variation, and we're going to go for 10, alternating left and right. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. Making your way to standing. Because we're running through from the top again. Yes. Starting with our dip squats. So finding that position. Shifting across to the right. Dipping it down. Ducking under the bar. Standing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Nice. Down we go. Crawl time or diagonal extension time. Starting hands and knees either way. If you're crawling, bring your toes under, lifting your knees up off the floor, and let's go. We're chameleon creeping. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps backwards. Coming onto our backs for our alternating toe touches. Remembering, feet down, knees bent, all legs straight, all up, perfect. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Doing well. Just working through nice and steady. Remember, we're not in a rush here. We're not trying to smash out as many as we can. We're just working through nice, chill, steady pace. We've passed the halfway mark. We have less than halfway to go. So much time. Standing up nice and tall. Hands in front of our chest. Shifting to the right. Ducking under the bar. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming down to Crawl Town. Oh, I love it when it rhymes like that. Starting on hands and knees. You're doing diagonal extensions or you're doing crawls. Feel free to alternate actually and explore both. See what one feels better for you. That is totally okay. We're going to crawl. We're going to curl our toes under. Bring our knees up off the floor. And let's go. Opposite hand, opposite foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Coming through, making our way to our back for our alternating toe touches, knee touches, whatever works for you. Remember, feet down, knees bent, or legs up. Arms up if we're doing toe touches. Breathing out, reaching up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming to sitting. Making our way to standing. We have just under a minute and a half to go. Yes. Definitely going to get one more round in. Hooray! Let's go. Shifting across to the right. Dipping under the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more round. Crawls or diagonal extensions. Let's do this. Hands under shoulders, knees hovering. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finishing off, we have 15 seconds. We're going to get our toe touches in. Yes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, bang on 7 minutes. Yes. Precision. I love it when that happens. Whew, that is one interval down, friends. Take a moment, catch your breath, have a sip of water, get that sweat rag out, dab yourself down. It's a good thing I've got long hair. Oh, it's kind of gross actually. And I will see you back for another 7-minute interval. Interval number 2, friends. Here we are. We have 3 more rad exercises. Yes. This time we're going to be a bit more focused on our arms. So you will need a chair, a low, sturdy table something that is not going to slide away from you. So you might want to brace it against a wall or something like that, because we are going to start with dips. Now run through all 3 exercises before we pop into setting our timer. Now with a dip, we're going to start sitting on the edge of our chair, on our table, on whatever it is we're sitting on that's just low and sturdy. Could even be the couch. That would be fine. We're going to straighten our legs out pretty much the whole way in front of us. And then shift ourselves forward so our knees start to bend. And we're just holding ourselves up over the edge of our chair, table, couch, bench, whatever. And from here, you're going to bend your elbows down and come back up. And just getting as low as you can. So nice and slowly. The more your knees are bent, the more forgiving this is on your arms. So the kind of easier it is. The more you stretch your legs out, the more weight we're putting on our arms and the harder it becomes. So wherever you feel comfortable, feel free to have those feet in nice and close and working within your comfort range for that one. Then we are going to do commandos. Thank you, trusty blackboard. We are going to be on our stomachs to start with here. And what we're going to do, 3 options here. We have 3 options. Our first option is going to be a low plank. So if you are uncomfortable doing a commando, you can do a low plank, which is having your elbows under your shoulders, bringing up on your toes and holding yourself here nice and low, not letting your butt point up or your hips sag down. Or you can go from your knees as well. So that is an option. Alternatively, you can have a crack at the commando, in which case you are going to be up on your hands. You are going to have your hands under your shoulders, and you can have your feet just a little bit wide here around hip width. And what you're going to do is come down onto one elbow, come down onto the other elbow. Now the elbow that came down first is the hand that's going to lift you up. And then you're going to swap sides. So your right elbow comes down and then your right hand pushes you up. Now you can do it from your toes or you can do it from your knees as well. So feel good about coming down to your knees if you want to try something a bit different with that. And we're finishing off with a tabletop pose or a crab hold, whatever feels more comfortable for you. So our tabletop pose, we're going to have, imagine we're going to just, you sit on the ground and say you're watching something great in front of you. We're going to be pretty much in that position, like a human M. Yeah. And from here, we're going to work towards shifting our hips up, 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 up. Boom. Suddenly, we are a table. So this is one option. If you feel good about this is where you're going to hold. But alternatively, if you don't feel good about getting your hips up that high, all you're going to do is lift your butt up. And you're going to hold from this M position. A little crab hold. Imagine we're like a crab and like me, 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 me. But we're just going to stay still in the one spot and we're going to hold here. So they are your 2 options there. So many options. But let's run through from the top, starting with our bench dips. Making our way over to our very sturdy, very stable, very not going to slip away piece of training equipment. Very important. We don't want this slipping out from under us. So I'm going to start my trusty green watch. We're going to jump into it, friends. 7 minutes. Buzz. Alrighty. Hands on the edge of the bench. Shifting our butt off the edge. Planting our feet on the floor. Keeping our back nice and close to the front of the seat. We're going to drop ourselves down and come back up. We're going to go for 10. 2. 3. Pushing our elbows right back. 4. 5. 6. Straightening our arms at the top, nice and tall. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Using our legs to push our butts back onto the edge of our sitting implement. we're going to come down onto the floor now for our commando / low plank, whatever one you prefer. And we're going to do 6 commandos, or you're going to hold a plank for the duration of my 6 commandos. That is the actual time frame. Figure that one out. In the world of Bowie, it works. So we're going to come either into our tall plank position. You can be from your knees. If you're in a low plank, starting from your stomach with your elbows under your shoulders. Are we ready, friends? I'm going to demonstrate the full commando for you, but work with where you're at. It's all good. Alrighty. Let's go. Left elbow down to the floor, right elbow down to the floor. Left hand up, right hand up. That's 1. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Right hand up, left hand up. That's 2. Left hand down, right hand down. Left hand up, right hand up. 3. It's right hand down, right left hand down, right hand up, left hand up. It's 4. Let's go left, down, left, up. That's 5. One more. Left. Right down, right up, knees coming down. If you're planking, relax that plank, friend. Well done. And finishing off with either our tabletop pose for a whole 10 seconds or our crabby hold, also 10 seconds. So getting into our position, starting in our human M. Butt is in between, like in the middle point between our hands and our feet. And let's go. Pushing our hips up. That's it, holding nice and tall. Almost there. And relaxing. Nice. Start again from the top. Making our way over to our trusty bench. Sitting down, butt on the edge, hands on the edge. Shifting our butt forward so our feet come flat on the floor. And let's go for 10. 1. So let's focus on some breath here as well. We're going to breathe in and come down. Breathe out. Press up. It's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Sitting back onto the edge of our seat. You don't have to go so low down either, so feel good about getting to this whatever kind of depth of lowering that works for you. We've just hit the halfway mark. We have exactly less than halfway to go. Coming over onto our commandos or our low plank, whichever one feels great, or good at least, maybe not great. Coming up onto our hands and knees if we're going to do our commando, hands under the shoulders. Straightening our legs. You can go from your knees, you can go a low plank. If you're doing a low plank, we're kicking it off now, friends. Let's go left down, left up. 1, right down, right up. 2, left down, left up. It's 3, right down, right up. It's 4, left down, left up. It's 5, right down, right up. That's 6. Coming down to our knees. Spinning it over for our tabletop pose. If I come here, I can see the big red wall clock. That'll be handy. Sitting in our human M. Remember, crabby hold or a tabletop hold, whatever works for you. And feet on the ground, hands on the ground. Let's go, pushing it up. Hips up, right up as high as they can. Sit and just breathe. Almost there, friends. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bringing ourselves back down. Nice. Back to our dips. We have less than 2 minutes to go. Making our way through nice and smoothly, nice and slow. We are not in a rush. Our butts are on the edge of the bench. We're going to put our feet flat on the floor. Shift our hips just off the edge. And let's go. Breathing in, coming down. Breathing out, pressing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Don't feel weird about breathing noisy either. Noisy breathing when training, totally a good thing. Helps control the body, helps brace the core, all helpful stuff to make sure that our backs are staying straight. The more you can force your air out through your teeth, like a t, the more your stomach tightens, safer your back is. A little trick I learned many years ago. Definitely worth trying it out. We have less than 60 seconds to go. Let's get these commandos happening. We don't want to miss out on them. Alrighty, we're low planking, or we are commandoing. New word, let's go. Left down, left up. 1, right down, right up. 2, left down, left up. 3, right down, right up. 4, left down, left up. 5, one more, left down, right up. 6. Left and right sides get confusing. Spinning it around. We've got 10 seconds. Let's get this hold happening. Grabby hold, tabletop, let's go. Boom. We might be a couple seconds over, but that's okay. Breathing through and relaxing. Whew. Buzz. 7.06 minutes. That kind of works. Sure. Well done, friends. Have another breather. Catch your breath. Sip of water. Dab your brow. And when you're ready, we're jumping back in because we have one more interval to go. Doing so well. Let's keep it up. Here we are again. This is interval number 3, our lucky last 7 minutes. This is all we have left. You've done so well. It's time to keep working. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Remember, just at your own pace here. Get through as many times as you can in the 7 minutes. It's not about keeping up with me. It's not about keeping up with anyone. It's all working to how you feel good. So we're going to start our third round. We have 3 exercises. Our first one is going to be a single leg deadlift, just using body weight, and it's going to look like this. We're going to start standing on our right leg. We're going to take our left leg, and we're just going to make it pretty light. Now you've got 2 options here as well. I will demonstrate a regression of this movement to help you out if that is what you feel more comfortable doing. But the first movement is going to be just from standing. I like to keep my hands up in front of my chest. Just helps to keep it up. Left foot is hovering. I'm going to start reaching back with my hips. My toes are going to touch the ground behind me with my left foot, but I'm going to be using my right leg to do the standing. That's it, like one leg here. And I'm going to do 10 on one side, and then 10 on the other. That's it. This is where we're at, friends. Then swapping sides, taking your time, going nice and slow, keeping our chest up nice and tall. Now, if you are someone who does not feel comfortable doing that, you're going to pop over to your trusty chair that you used for your dips. Make sure it's against a wall still. It's really good to have that supportive backing there. And what we're going to do, make sure you've got enough space to sit, and that when you sit, your legs are at a 90-degree bend. So finding that measurement, standing up from there, you're going to just shift this foot up off the ground gently, or you can keep your heel on the floor. Totally okay as well if you feel a bit more stable with that. And you're going to sit down and stand up, keeping this left foot as light as you can. And try not to fall as well. You don't want to be kind of falling into the chair. You want to really be lowering yourself down and reaching back as much as you can. And that's going to be your alternative. So swapping it over once you've done your 10. Reaching your hips back, that's really important, that hinge back. And just as much weight on that standing leg as you feel comfortable to have, and then standing back up. And that is going to be your alternative. Next up we have a plank hip lift, yes. Now I've got 2 options here as well. So the plank hip lift looks like this. We're starting in our tall plank position, and from here, pushing our hips up and back, and coming back to our plank position. So lifting our butt up and back down to our plank position. If you are someone who does not feel comfortable to do that, you can hold a tall plank. So you can come up onto your toes, hold a tall plank here. You can hold a tall plank from your knees, or you can hold a tall plank coming back to our trusty bench chair / sitting device. And you can do a tall plank from your bench as well. So working with where you're comfortable at. And our third movement, our lucky last, excuse me, bench, is going to be a wall sit. So you're going to need a wall with space around it, and you're going to just come into a sitting position. Now, whatever height you feel comfortable. So if it's here and your legs are reasonably straight, that's okay. There's no prerequisite for getting low here, but you can get anywhere down to legs parallel with the floor. And we're going to hold, and we're going to do a 10-second hold from here. Alrighty, so single leg deadlifts. We have our plank hip lift or tall plank, and finally we have our wall sit. So I've got to start the clock, friends. We've got 7 minutes to work our way through these joyous activities. Buzz, and let's go. Starting with our single leg deadlift. Remembering you can use a chair. That is totally okay. We've got 10. So breathing in, we're going to lower ourselves down. Breathing out, standing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then swapping sides. Always starting with nice tall posture. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. 5, do them well. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. 10. Amazing, friend. Coming down to the floor now, we have either our plank hip lifts for 10, or you're going to hold a tall plank from the floor, from your knees, from a bench, wherever, for the duration of my plank hip lifts. Another Bowie time coming right up. Alrighty. If you're tall planking or if you're hip lifting, assume that position. If you're hip lifting, let's go for 10. Push your hips back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. Really trying to lift with your hips here as well, not just push with your arms. 6. So we want to be lifting with our butts. That's 7. 8. 9. One more. And 10. Coming down to our knees, relaxing out of your plank. We have our wall sits. 10 seconds. Making our way over to our trusty clear wall space and getting into whatever position that you feel comfortable to be in. So if it's here, perfect. If it's here, perfect. If it's here, perfect. And let's go. 10 seconds. Wherever you're at, try to keep your hands off your legs. Place your hands just on the wall beside you. That's it. And pushing away from the wall, using your hands to guide, stepping your feet back towards it, coming up out. Nice hold, friends. Starting from the top with our single leg deadlifts, we're just coming up on the halfway mark. So just cruising through, nice and chill. Let's go. Right foot down, left foot becomes nice and light. Toes gently on the floor behind us. Hands in front of our chest. It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. It's 4. It's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Nicely done. Let's swap sides. Breathing in, coming down. It's 1. It's 2. 3. It's 4. 5. Doing well. Almost there. Halfway. 6. 7. It's 8. 9. One more. And 10. Whew. Well done, friends. Making our way back down to the floor for either our hip bar plank hip lifts or our tall plank. We've got less than 2 minutes to go. So let's get into our tall plank position, whether it's on the floor, from a bench, doesn't matter. If we're hip lifting, remember we're leading with our butt here. We're not just pushing back with our hands. We want our core to be doing the lifting. So let's go. I'm going to breathe out. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Going back to our starting position, bringing our knees gently to the floor, making your way up in your own time, and over to our trusty wall for our 10-second wall sit. That's it. Setting yourself up, finding that position that works for you, and let's go. Hands down by our sides. Just breathe. That's it. Hands on the wall, pushing up and away, walking your feet up underneath you. Doing well. We've got less than 90 seconds to go. So let's work through these single leg deadlifts one more time. When you're ready. Right foot on the floor, left foot becomes light. It's 1. 2. 3. 4. It's 5. We've hit the 7 minutes, but let's do a sneaky 5 on our left just to even things out. We've got this. Let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Buzz. And that is it, friends. Well done. 3 intervals, 7 minutes, working nice and steady, taking our time because it's about quality movements. It doesn't matter how many we get in an interval if they're not done as well as we can do them. It can often be risky to rush through movements, and it's a really common cause of injury. So taking our time and working to a particular time frame, it's a really great way to fit in what we can at our own pace. And that's what movement is all about. Working within your limits with what you feel good about and with what you're capable of doing. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. And until next time, friends, thank you for joining me. I am so grateful. Have a rad-ass day.